Greetings. Another installment on Jesus and Anger from Michael Dublin, South Central Church of Christ here in Raleigh, North Carolina. In Overcoming Anger, we read the passages and we know all of them say what they say, whether it's in Proverbs, whether Jesus talks about going to your brother alone, whatever is said in the book of James and those other passages, Ephesians. We know those passages. Our issues are not the passages. It's an understanding that all anger has a root. And our response then to the things that create the anger in us or causes it to rise up is where we have to do the work that is so necessary. Look, what is it that causes your anger? What is it that causes you to respond? What are those ideas and what are those thoughts that you've held on to that becomes triggers? It is critical that you do this analysis because you don't want to be involved in anger management. You want to be involved in control of your anger so that your anger is only that which is righteous, so that grace, mercy, and peace will overcome everything that you have to face. Look, examine yourself and be honest about this. What are those special things or those things that you have put in place? And you've already said to yourself that if this happens, I am going to go off. I'm going to do this. I have drawn a line if you cross this line. What are those lines? Perhaps it's time to go back and rethink what those lines are so that we're no longer having to respond to the same thing the same way, giving control of your life to someone else. So at this session, I want to ask you this question. Who is it and what experiences have you had that has given you a set of triggers? And ask yourself, in order to live a life of grace, peace, and mercy, what is it that controls me such that I become angry because you've crossed some lines, you've crossed some borders that have been instilled in me or I've experienced? What is it that causes you to feel like you've been injured and you have to respond? If your anger is going to be managed, it's a bad thing. But if it's going to be overcome in Christ Jesus, that's a great thing, so that grace and mercy will be yours in abundance.